Hosanna. Hosanna. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Oh, you're here to stay with us during the feast, aren't you? Yeah, I don't think we've met. I'm your cousin. Rachel, it's nice to meet you. It's always good to have family in the big city, right? Well, yeah, you can stay up in the guest room if you'd like. And there's probably more relatives coming later, but for now it's all yours. Welcome to Jerusalem. I actually just got in myself. It is so crowded out there. Did you see all those people? I mean, Jerusalem, what am I doing with this? Jerusalem is always crazy during the feast season. I don't think you've been here in the off season because you're from out of town, but it's like a whole different city. And then everyone comes in for the Feast of Tabernacles, and they come in for the Feast of Pentecost, and you know, the reason that you're all here today, the Feast of Passover. And it's like a whole different place. And it's only 4 more days until Passover starts. And everyone's got to get into the temple to sacrifice their lambs. So traffic is awful. Not that I'm blaming you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, those people over there, though, that was pretty remarkable. There was this man that was coming into the city gate on the east side of the city. And everybody got so excited. These people, they like ran out to meet him, and they were like shouting and waving things. And so my sister and I, we were out there, and we decided to go see what was going on. And it turns out to be Jesus of Nazareth. I don't know if you've heard about him, you're from out of town, but he is supposed to be really remarkable. Nazareth is just this little village up in Galilee, and Jesus isn't rich or anything. He's like maybe 30 years old, and he is the son of a carpenter. But he's supposed to be this amazing prophet. And they say that when he teaches the scriptures, it's like the Lord himself is speaking. And he does these miracles and signs, and here's the really amazing thing. Last week, I heard that he actually raised somebody from the dead. Yeah, see, there's this guy named Lazarus, and he lives over in Bethany. And apparently he got really sick and died. And so they did like the funeral, arrangements, and they buried the body. And 4 days later, Jesus comes to town, and I guess he was friends with them, so he went over to the tomb. And there's all these people standing around, and they say that he just stood at the front of the tomb and called the man's name. He goes, "Lazarus, come out." And this man who had been dead for 4 days comes walking out of his own tomb. I just couldn't believe it. And Lazarus just lives across the way. Bethany's like a suburb of Jerusalem. He just lives across the way, and he said that he really was dead. And he didn't do anything. It was Jesus that raised him from the dead. Can you imagine somebody having that kind of power, authority over death? And now here comes Jesus, and all these people are so excited to go meet him, and they're running out there, and it's just, they're telling all these stories, and they grab these palm branches, and they're starting to wave them like the leader of the nation is coming to town. And they're yelling, I think I can see him. He's way off in the distance, and it's really crowded, but I think it was him, and plus I've never seen him before, so I don't know what he looks like, but I think it's him. And people are starting to yell, "Hosanna, Hosanna." And I don't know if you're familiar with the dialect around here, but Hosanna means save. And so people are yelling, "Save us, save us." And yeah, there's a lot of things that I'd really like to be saved from. Times are hard right now, and I don't know how we're going to pay our taxes. I want my children to get a good education, but we can't afford that. What if my husband gets injured or he can't find work? Times are scary, and here comes Jesus. And he can turn water into wine. And he can feed thousands of people with just 2 fish and some pieces of bread. And he heals people, and he casts out demons. And I know it sounds kind of silly, like, why would he care about little Rachel from Jerusalem? But, I was thinking that Jesus has this reputation for actually talking to women. And he healed lepers and paralytics and people that everyone else just tries to stay away from. So I guess it didn't seem that strange that he might care about me, so I start yelling, Hosanna, Hosanna, save us, rescue us from these really scary things. And now people are starting to yell other things. They yell, blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. You know those words, right? That's from that song that we Jews sing every year for Passover. It's in Psalm 118. And I thought it was pretty appropriate, blessed is